Hi, BiFFs.
Hey, Beth.
Dear Abby.
Dear Kiki.
Dear Captain.
Red
Cheers to you.
desperate housewife.
Pinot Grigio.
Doesn't want to marry
Moves her
you.
power.
Love you like I
Or
love
more
you.
wine.
So tired. Don't talk to yourself.
Cheers, Biff.
Cheers.
Ill-advised.
Ill-advised.
This is ill-advised.
Hey, BiFFs.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome.
Welcome back. Welcome to Ill-Advised, the podcast.
The podcast where two best
I
friends
was
tell
just
you
gonna
what to
say,
do.
I don't think I was supposed to say the podcast.
That's okay. Because
Welcome to Ill-Advised.
the podcast where two best friends tell you what to do, even though someone else already has.
And not your mom.
Oh, your therapist.
Hi.
Shoop. So the shakes.
Shoulder.
Guys, we shake our shoulders all the time.
Shimmy.
Yeah.
Shimmy the shoulder.
Shimmy this. Guys, we just recorded an episode.
All day long.
All day in pieces because we're parents and we had both our children.
I got in trouble by my daughter's daycare.
Dude, you can't make this shit up. We're trying to have Biff Day here.
Who gets yelled at by a daycare teacher?
I know, seriously. I think the answer is you, Biff. You do.
She's lucky.
She is lucky because I could have gone out of my car, or I could have not moved my car.
Or I could have gotten out of your car.
Right. We could have shown her who was boss.
Yeah, showing her D's nuts.
D's boss nuts.
Speaking of D's boss nuts, what are you opening over there,
I don't know,
Biff?
Biff. I didn't pick this.
Oh, that was our $7.
This
Our
this is
$7 treat.
$7 rosé. Hey, no hate.
I was super in the mood for some bubbly today. I
Right.
didn't want regular wine.
So we did our
I
first one
didn't-
today with the champagne, with Chambord and all that fun shit.
Yeah, a
Whoops,
cur.
I'm making a mess
Royale.
over here. And now
Royale.
we have a Mezza di Mezzacorona Italian glacial bubbly product of Italy.
Oh.
Estate grown. What they do is they take the cork and they put it 6 inches underground, and then this bottle comes out.
Is that why the other cork was so fat?
That's right, girl. 6 inches underground.
Greta's needs to start growing these
No
because they're going to
shit.
be much bigger.
Can you put this next to your green beans, please? I'd like to do a comparison.
So we're curious about this one because
we are.
I'm convinced it's a rosé because it said
Well, it says rosé.
And Biff's convinced it's a Moscato.
I'm not convinced. I'm nervous that it's a Moscato because
because
I'm
it
not
says
about that
rosé.
life. Right. Well, I mean, it's just
So it's
it's got that feel. I think. I don't know. It's a very pink label, and when I see very pink, I think Moscato,
which is fair, but
sweet
also
Moscato, which I don't know the
rosé
fucking
is
difference
pink.
between Moscato and sweet Moscato. they're
One's sweet. and
They're
one's
both diabetic
savory.
shock. Like
They're both sugar water.
right. All right, here we go. And oppa.
Pop to pop that tang.
That tang pop. You guys hear that pour? It's making some head.
He-
I had to say it.
Fuzzy, fizzy head.
Fuzzy fizzy head.
My
It's a
dad's
good
gonna yell at you.
Pops. It's your daughter's fault. She
No, Dad, he
sullied
does
my
not
mind.
golf.
I do not. No, Pops. I've never golfed.
I had to
Yeah, we go.
explain to my dad that you weren't the
Athletic game.
yes.
You had to explain that to your dad
No.
20 years later?
Well, because you're super fit, you're in the gym often. Like it's
That's
not.
so nice. Thank you.
It's not a like odd
Outlandish
question.
presumption.
So, like, you're showing up in high heels and mini skirts with your nails done.
And you know, if
Like me.
I did, I should. I really should.
You should. My dad would probably still ask if you golf.
So,
Do they have high heel cleats?
heats.
Do you think he'd wear these if we golfed? Also, what size?
So, Pops asked if I golf.
I know, it's the cutest thing ever.
That's so funny. Because when?
Pops also knew, like 2 days ago.
Just out of nowhere?
No, it was last week. I think last week at some point I was just telling him about the house.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You got your house and whatever, and I'm guessing I said something about like you'll have to come see it,
Yes.
and then that was probably right around when he said, "Did you see golf?"
Yes.
And I just
Break out a new
like
house, Pops.
chuckled. And he's like, all right, I wasn't sure. Like, you know, it's like he's fit and active, but I didn't know if he was like athletic.
I also play football.
Yes, he's fit and active and not sports.
Not sports. Give me things to lift and put down like my men. But
Exactly.
but
not when there's officials.
right. No popo.
Or referees.
Or referees. That's funny shit.
All right, let's try this.
Yeah, let's try this
Rosé
shit.
Moscato.
Moscato.
Yeah.
I'm breaking shit over here.
You're
What the fuck? It's
dropping
Birkin.
kinks. It's rosé.
Oh.
I like it.
I am very pleasantly surprised.
Super not
Guys,
Moscato.
it's beautifully dry.
It's rosé. And it's $7.
And was it $7, $7.99?
$6.99.
Just fucking buy it, bro.
$6.99. Stock up.
It's so good. We need to go back.
That's really good and refreshing.
We need to have this. I'm going to put this on my list of things to have in the wine cellar in the new house.
I was going to say you need to take a picture of the...
I have it right here next to me because there's no room on this table and the counter is too far away.
There's no room on this table.
Well, you know what I mean. I'm going to knock it over. I'm afraid.
No, I just...
You know what?
It's
Fuck
really
you
funny
then.
that my table's that small.
There's room on this table.
There's a notebook and a computer.
A White Claw, 2 empty nips.
And
our phones.
There's no room on this table.
No.
It does its job.
It does its job, is right. I wasn't criticizing your table.
I know, but that's why I laughed. There's no room on this table.
Excuse me. Guys.
Okay.
Before we break into things, I just want to tell you from the bottom of my heart.
This is Rain. I'm Stefani.
And your butt looks great in these jeans.
Sundress.
Oh, and your sundress. And
wiggle, wiggle.
Wiggle, wiggle.
Wiggle, wiggle.
We can go all night.
All I think of in the summer is just buns and sundresses.
Wyatt, when he was little. I don't know if I've mentioned
buns.
my kid's name. Of course I must have, right?
I'm sure you have.
My
If
son's
you didn't,
Wyatt.
I did.
Wyatt was obsessed with that song when he was like 7. I know. And it's so funny because I would play another Jason Derulo song, which I didn't think he understood until he started singing Vertigo.
Which song is that?
It's Jason Derulo and Jordan Sparks, and they're talking about sex,
Oh,
basically.
great.
Like, keep your heels on. Let's fucking rock this fucking bed. But it's like a slow song. It's like a nice ballad about how much of a voracious fucking animal you are. You know? And my kid's in the back seat going like, before you get in bed, throw on those heels. I'm like,
what do you do?
Next.
Right. Hey, what do you do in that situation? What did you do in that situation?
I just fucking changed this. I was next.
You didn't sing it with him?
No. I mean, I was singing it with him. That's the problem.
And then you realized what you were singing?
And I realized what he was singing.
I love him.
He's 15 now. I don't think I'm going to play it in the car.
He's deaf, still singing that song.
So, but then it was like, wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Because he used to watch something on YouTube and they had it in the background and whatever. Okay, I digress. Where was I going with this? Nowhere?
I don't think so.
No? Okay, great. If you open your mouth any wider with that yawn, you're going to have to take a couple
I was
gangbangs.
trying to fit this microphone in there so you would be pleased.
Thank you so much for your consideration.
You're welcome.
So breathy. Did we compliment our viewers already? Yeah, that's how we got here.
Sundresses.
Our listeners.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah, wiggle, wiggle.
Wiggle, wiggle. Okay, want to jump in?
Yeah.
Yes?
Jump into this pool.
Jump in this pool. Guys, it's unseasonably warm in Massachusetts. It's still spring. It's 80 fucking degrees. Well, right now it's cooled off a lot. Like right
That
now it's
other
nice.
week was death.
Death.
Like
It was
my
death.
air conditioner was on and my apartment was still 80.
Yeah. It was rough. There wasn't enough air conditioning to last or to help anyone.
Yeah, there's none to last.
You know what I mean. You piggy bunny. Okay, guys. This week we're talking, we're taking on Dear Kiki, one of our favorites.
Kiki, are you riding?
This is why.
Are you pegging?
Are you pegging? This is the question, right? So this is this is 2015 from the Little Village.
Little
November
Village
18th,
Mag.
Little Village Mag. Dear Kiki, how do I talk? Oh, sorry. I guess I misread this. All right. Remember how I told you you're going to love this question?
Yeah.
Okay. Dear Kiki, how do I talk my boyfriend into trying pegging? Our relationship so far has been heteronormative, if you will. Signed, Persuasive Top.
That's it?
That's it. That's why I was laughing. I was like, you wrote 2 lines. And then you signed it Persuasive Top.
Super persuasive.
Sold.
You know. How about that?
Ta-da! He's a bottom. So if he's trying pegging, I'm going to guess that our writer is a female. Safe to say?
Hetero?
Heteronormative.
That's male, female?
Yep. And if she's trying to talk her boyfriend into pegging.
But persuasive top?
Right. That's how she's trying to be. She's trying to be a persuasive top. She wants to peg him, is my guess.
Does she have her leg cut off?
Fuck you.
Am I wrong?
Yeah.
Pegging.
Right.
Pegging is with an amputated limb. Are you kidding me? I'm Googling this because
I'm ready to fucking jump into this
you guys,
question.
please tell me if
No.
hold on before you start this question.
Fucking dead.
Listen, why do you think I laughed so hard?
Oh my god. I'm dying. Go ahead, Biff. What's pegging?
No, I really thought it was not that.
You literally just insulted every American hero ever. Thank you for the service to our country. I hope you find a viable hole.
Peg leg.
I get it. I understand. But still.
But something I
So
saw
if they blew off their arm, they
specifically
couldn't peg?
No, they would. That's what was my understanding of pegging.
Why don't you
was.
inform our listeners what's pegging?
Pegging. Sexual practice. Pegging is a sexual practice in which a woman performs anal sex on a man by penetrating his anus with a strap-on dildo.
Congratulations. You have been
Pegged.
you've been initiated into the coming of age.
You've been pegged.
You have not been pegged.
You've
Well, in
not
theory,
been pegged
sure.
by a limb, an amputee. I swear to God,
That's what
my whole life
and we
that I've ever heard of
episode
pegging.
10, we talked with Jenny and Kelly about pegging, and literally I need to go back and listen to that
Because
episode.
I don't think I think I might have had a sidebar with Jenny during that conversation because I do not recall pegging
Oh my god.
for my whole life. My
Whole
understanding
being
of
the operative word.
pegging
Or maybe peg.
has been specifically because I saw that one. This girl's leg was cut off and this guy was in a swing.
Yep, I know exactly what you're talking about because I
Yes.
think we saw it together.
When we were like 12.
Yeah, and it
so
was like
from 12 to now,
Yep.
pegging is that. That's why I was super.
Oh my god. Does she have
Okay,
a missing limb? I don't know. I don't think so. But let's find out.
Can we reread the question now that my
Yes.
understanding is different?
Dear Kiki, how do I talk to my boyfriend about how do I talk my boyfriend into trying pegging? Our relationship so far has been heteronormative, if you will. Signed, Persuasive Top.
If you will. So is this like a gay couple that like they just do one?
No, heteronormative, just if you will, means like it's been our typical, because it's in quotes. So my takeaway is that it's been our typical like hetero relationship. Like he fucks my vagina, I ass on his D, he motorboats my labia, life's great.
Got it.
Sorry, Pops.
That's very descriptive.
This is very descriptive. All right. You want the response on this, or do you want to give some feedback?
I gave all the feedback I need to give.
Oh, shit.
I have nothing else, Your Honor.
I wish I had a gavel.
Stand corrected.
I wish I had a gavel for you to peg me with. Okay. This is too funny.
Do you have any?
How do I talk my boyfriend into trying pegging? I don't think you need to talk him into it. I think you need to talk to him about it and let him make a decision. Because no is an answer. Let's just put that out there. This applies to men also.
Amen to that.
No is an answer.
This also applies to peg legs.
Yes. If he doesn't want to shove
If he doesn't
his
want to
knee
swing
to
back.
thigh, if he doesn't want to swing bang, if he doesn't want his upper arm to shoulder in you, you're waiting for something else before you take a sip.
Yes.
I'll allow it.
Okay.
Go
Thank
on.
you. Thank you, Your Honor.
You know what, Biff? We haven't cheersed yet,
We
so let's
haven't
just
cheersed.
no. We're just gonna
Cheers to swing
cheers
banging.
to pegging. Swing pegging. Which is what we remember. Swing pegging.
Cheers to swing pegging.
Damn. Yeah, that's my answer. Talk to him about it. Let him know it's something you're interested in.
What if
If he
she
says
did,
no,
and that's why
respect it.
she's saying, "How do I convince
How
him?"
do I convince him? You talk to him about the male G spot. Listen, he says no. As long as you don't cross the boundary physically, there's no harm in talking about it.
As long as you don't peg him while he's sleeping.
That's right. We've had this
No.
conversation.
Please don't.
Yeah, please don't
I've had a
always have
surprise.
his permission.
I've had a
Surprise
surprise
pegging.
backdoor sneak attack.
Guerrilla
Fucking
tactics.
no fun. No fucking.
No fucking fun.
No fucking fun.
Same girl. Same. No fucking fun.
All the lube in the world. Wasn't.
Sometimes it's
that.
not enough.
It was not.
No amount of lube or Crisco will prepare you for a good time.
Or.
That was Crisco, asshole.
That's why I said it. Do you want to tell him about the time you
I
swung
don't
bung?
want to talk about the time I got swung bunged.
You have to now.
I can't.
Guys, email us. You've been advised at Gmail. If you want to hear about Ray's swung bunging adventure with Crisco.
Swung bunging. Yes. Fucking Crisco. And composure. Again. Yeah. How do you talk him into it? Just, tell him about the male G-spot. All those nerve endings, the tickling of his pickling and
Well, it's not
such.
tickling, it's pickle.
No, actually, once you hit that G-spot, you don't know what you're getting tickled with. It's true. It's all about that prostate, that walnut-shaped thing right behind everything.
Sounds interesting.
It's just a bump. That's all it is.
But you specified walnut.
That's because that's what the books say. It's about the size of a walnut.
Is there a swung bung book?
There is. Yes, you can find it at Barnes & Noble in the swung bung section. Right
Is
next
that near
to the
pegging?
health. No, it's next to the health and fitness books.
Health and fitness peg in your
Fitness
leg.
In your leg?
Yeah,
Shut
peg
up.
leg.
So how about we get to the answer here?
Yeah.
Yeah? I have no response for this. No official
I didn't
response.
even know what it was, so I can't help you.
Okay, this one's a little lengthy. Hi, honey. Oh, how fun. I love pegging.
Okay,
Yep.
Kiki.
If there's a common thread to my advice thus far, it's been expanding the context in which you move about. I think it's going to be a lot easier to broach the subject if you already have a vibrant conversation going about what you like and dislike sexually. I would begin by creating that context first, drawing on your own self-reflection. Think through why you're into pegging. Are you into the idea of control, pleasuring your partner in a new way, or just trying new things? A little of everything? I think having a rationale is always useful when setting out to persuade and will determine what kind of conversation you have. For instance, I hate that we just
definitely did that
we
at the same time.
both moved our heads and made direct eye contact. For instance, if pegging is really tied to gender roles and power dynamics for you, then the conversation might be about your feelings about gender roles generally. If it's about exploration, the conversation may be about how important playfulness is to you. Honestly, lots of people have hang-ups about their butts. Yeah, it's an aside. See, it's a little carve out.
Yeah.
Yes,
I
you're
figured
welcome.
that.
However, but they don't know.
I think she should be dating a woman. Peg them all day.
Okay. All right, hold on. However, I can already guess which obstacles there may be. The association with male homosexuality and body shame. Gee, you don't say. Anal penetration is historically associated with gay male and straight female receivers and male penetrators. And for many straight men, being a receiver is not part of the sexual vocabulary. This isn't just a straight dude thing. Queer women also tend to ignore the back door, and it's a damn shame. The second obstacle, body shame, is less gendered. Honestly, lots of people have hang-ups about their butts. Here's where things get tricky, honey. In my mind, both of those aversions are reasonable considering our socialization, but irrational in our absolute sense. Bending over for your girlfriend doesn't make you gay, and butts are pretty. And at the end of the day, I'm guessing your sex life is about pleasure and intimacy, not exposure therapy. I do think that creating a context where things can be felt and named may loosen him up.
No,
But ultimately, this may still be a no-go. If, however, he expects you to be anally penetrated, I'm not a fan. Have fun, XOXO Kiki.
have fun, she said.
She's all about pegging, not being pegged.
Well, that just sounds odd.
Equality for the win, motherfucker. No, I get it. It's the same in the gay world. Some like getting pegged, some don't. Some expect both. In my opinion, everyone should expect both. That's what I'm saying.
I feel like that's fair, but I'm not going to speak because I'm not a gay
You're
man.
pretty close.
To which?
A gay man.
Well, I like men, so...
That's right.
Are you calling me manly?
No, I don't know any manly gay men.
Actually is really good response.
I hope they're not listening. I'm just going to be like, oh, yeah, no, I didn't mean you, sweetie.
Great high heels, though.
Yeah, look great. Yes. Yeah, I guess I didn't think about responding in terms of gender roles and, sexual ideals. I just was thinking about the actual question, which is like, how do I talk them into it? Which I don't think necessarily was addressed in the response here. Right?
Didn't she say... Excuse me. I thought she said to talk about it or whatever.
Well, she said that it would become a conversation of something else, like those dynamics of power or gender roles.
There was... Yes. Okay. That reminded me that there was... I really liked that she said to, like, what about pegging? Like, are you...
Right.
Right.
What is it about it that's
right.
a pleasure for you?
It. Yeah. Is it like a power thing? Is it a pleasure thing? Is it a pleasing thing? Is it a dominant thing? That I didn't think about. And I think that is a really good point. Like,
it's a great lens.
Because there's other ways to get, I feel like, so I've talked probably a million times about how I've been raised super traditional sex.
Take note,
like,
everyone.
Any guy I've ever dated would like kill me just for like bringing this up, let alone like,
That's true.
hey, can I do this? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I really liked the perspective of like, maybe it's not about specifically that, you know, for her, where it's like maybe she just likes to be more dominant in bed, or she knows that like this could be very pleasurable for him because of the male walnut in their bowl.
The walnut.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That really jumped
Right.
out for me. That like,
So the only thing
or
I can
maybe
relate to
just
this
got
is
a kink for swing bonging.
swing, bung, bung, swing. To me, it's I derive a lot of my pleasure from giving pleasure.
Your walnut?
My walnut. No, not my walnut.
You derive a lot of pleasure from your walnut?
I wish. Because that walnut's magic, bro. I'm not going to lie to you.
So you're not having the right sex if you
I'm
wish?
apparently not having the right sex. Not having
Sex?
Sex?
Hey, Greta.
Mom, I'm not having sex.
Text him back again right
Text
now.
me back, Ma. No, a lot of my pleasure comes from giving and seeing the reaction. It's not so much
getting them off gets you off.
Yes. Yeah. I would say 90% of my pleasure. And so like that's the only thing I can kind of relate here, where it's kind of like this writer in particular sees the potentials for pleasure for this person.
Right. Like this is a whole new walnut here.
It's a whole new walnut. Just fell off the tree. And, you know, there's a potential here. But really, that's the only lens I have to go off of, other than pegging and not pegging. That's not really considered pegging for us. It's just called gay sex.
Butt sex.
We swung bung. Swing bang, bung swung, swang bang.
We're professional walnut pickers.
That's right. No, we're not picking walnuts. We're poking them to see if they're full.
We're professional walnut pokers.
That's right. It's an internal temperature. It's internal temperature.
Walnuts. An internal. This walnut. This nut's ready.
This one's ready. Yep.
This nut's ready.
Extract.
Peg.
Peg. Keep poking. I really don't have much more feedback on this one. I think Kiki did a good job kind of dancing around it, but I don't think that there's a response to it that I would actually...
Yeah, I would be curious to know what, for the writer, it is more geared towards.
Like, I kind of want them to write us. This one
like,
is...
no, I have a fetish for putting a strap-on in a man's walnut. Bung. Or...
playing pool with his
like the
prostate.
idea of being dominant, or I know this could potentially really rock his world. And like...
Men, if you're listening, doubt it. But if you are...
What's those nuts?
Be exploratory. No pun intended. But those nuts. Just be exploratory. Like, there is a whole lot of pleasure to be derived from prostate stimulation. And that's all I'm going to say.
From one man to another.
Because I know you ain't listening. That's
one
right.
walnut.
Our demographic is women 18 to 34. So, you're almost out, Biff.
That means you're almost out, Biff.
You're closer than I am.
Okay, but you're right behind me.
But I'm not a woman.
But you're right behind me.
I'm right behind you.
Walnut.
Hitting that prostate.
Okay.
Next one?
Yeah. What else are we gonna...
This one is 2016 from Little Village Mag. This one's small town couple seeking group sex.
Group?
Yeah.
Not even just like a threesome.
When one ain't enough.
Three's...
When two's not rough.
Company. 3 is a crowd.
3 is a crowd and 4 is loud.
Walnuts.
All those walnuts. What's those walnuts?
A bushel. Two's company, three's the crowd, and
Four's a
four's
bushel.
a bushel.
Four's a bushel. You're an asshole. No pun intended.
You're a walnut.
Excuse me. All right, dear Kiki, how does a couple engage in a threesome / develop a group sex life in such a small town? Rather than going through the tedium of seeking potential partners online, my long-term partner and I would like to simply ask another person or couple we have someone in mind to get nasty with us. This way we know there's attraction and respect from the very beginning. We just want to fuck people we like. How do we ask them without breaching major social boundaries? Signed, Small Townie.
Small walnut.
Small walnut is what I was thinking. We just want to fuck people we like. It feels power. Go ahead, try it. It feels powerful saying it.
We just want to fuck people we like.
Kind of feels good saying it. You don't have to mean it.
Okay.
Sorry, Pops.
My walnut didn't get tingly.
No. Your walnut's still shelled.
Yeah.
How do you... All right.
Okay,
Let's put this in some perspective, shall we?
It's super off-putting to be approached with this fucking shit. I'm just being blunt here.
Okay.
I fucking hate it.
Sorry.
I can't. If that's what I was looking for or open to, you'd know.
It's true.
So it's like, leave me the fuck alone. You don't see me on these swung bung groups.
I would have to disagree on that little tidbit only because do those friends know that this is what they're looking for? You know what I mean? If you'd know, then you wouldn't have to ask. You know what I mean?
Well, that's my point, I think. I think if you have to ask, then it's a no.
I don't necessarily agree.
They seem very open and vocal, maybe.
Honestly, I have no idea just from the question.
We just want to fuck people we like.
Listen, I talk to you a different way than I talk to other people.
Excuse me, but you don't talk to Kiki
I have not talked to
the
Kiki.
way
Period.
you would talk to... I don't know. I feel like that's just like a thing that...
This is your old-fashioned kicking in.
This is my... Stop messaging me, asking me if I want to join you in your
No, you
fucking
cannot
mouth.
slide in my DMs.
Or my walnut.
Yeah.
It's super common, especially on today's online dating. Like, people specify right in their profiles.
But
like,
I think they want to be like
not
very
here
forward
for-
and just ask a specific person if they'd be interested. Like, how would you handle, I guess,
Well, I think that's my point.
you and I
People
are monogamous
very-
people. Monogamous? I said monogamous.
Yeah, just not together.
Right. Together we're polyamorous. We don't sleep
super open.
together. We're so open. This marriage is going to shit real quick.
I don't even got a ring.
That's right. And I guess like thinking in our respective ideals, if it's hard for us to even picture bringing a third in. Forget it. I can't even go there.
It's hard for us to picture bringing a third in, but it's also hard for us to picture being the third.
Oh, I would never be the third. Ever.
Yeah,
Ever.
That's what I mean.
Because
Like,
there's
it's
this thing
just-
about, so being the third comes with a couple of complications. The first one being you'll be left out, right? These two people have chemistry and history and they're married or they've been together for years or whatever.
One is ultimately going to be
but like
left
the
out. Maybe not specifically.
but the one going in, like you going in, here's one of them. Like maybe I'll be left out. Maybe I'm not what either of them is looking for, and I'm gonna sit on the sidelines looking like I'm fucking going to town on my Ben and
seeked you
Jerry's.
out.
Right.
Seeked.
Sucked
you out.
Sought. The word is sought.
I'm so glad you said sucked.
I had to think about it. I don't know.
They sucked you out.
Fuck.
What's on your mind?
This episode's over.
Yeah. What's those nuts?
I don't know.
It ain't a walnut.
So, where was I going with it? Right. So being the third, like
being left out.
Left out. Like, let's just forget about somebody else being left out. Just focus on like you specifically. That's one.
That's daunting.
Right. Like maybe I'll be left out. That's
cock and balls out.
Right. Or my Laban ovaries. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or my lady walnuts.
My lady nuts. Oh. And
just hanging out here, no pun intended.
Hello. Hi. I'm just catching a breeze. You know? And then the other side of it is the potential drama being the target for one of those people.
You just kissed him on the lips.
Yep. This whole time, all you did, you haven't even paid attention to me.
Yep.
Right?
What, do you like him?
Yep. Oh, is that what you want? You fucking love that shit?
Well, fine. Bang him then. I'm leaving.
Right? Imagine 2 gay guys and a freaking woman that they invited in.
No.
Think about it, though. Like, that is drama times 3.
It's like, you ain't seen that on Jerry Springer.
No, you haven't. Okay? Like, that's a whole disaster.
That's you
know, and then there's the emotional aspect, right? Because someone gets less attention than somebody else.
That doesn't go away.
Somebody's going to feel it.
The next morning.
One way or another. That moment.
Did you call Ray this morning?
Yeah, he had a good time. No, he didn't. He was so conflicted. He's at home right now.
He's still crying.
He went to church.
he's still in tears.
He went to church. He's converting. He's Jewish now.
He asked us not to contact him anymore.
Nope. Oh. But yeah, like, my thing is like, my advice is very basic and familiar. Just fucking ask them. Or her.
Mine's the opposite.
I know. Yours is like, leave them the fuck alone.
Leave them alone. If they want to be in some group open sex marriage thing, I think you'd have an idea.
Yeah. I think ask them. I think like kind of not just come out right and be like, hey, well, fuck us.
Check the temperature.
Yeah.
Check
for
the
sure.
temperature. Talk about your open sex life.
Yeah. Why are you interested in this? Is this something you feel you'd be up to? Oh, let me check with Tom.
Yeah.
Time of the month. And see, like, I don't know.
Yeah,
That's really.
I guess bring up the conversation casually.
I feel like this is how it went with Kiki last time. Like, we couldn't get beyond the surface level of it. Like, how do we delve deeper into this one without muff diving?
Without hitting the walnut?
Without muff diving.
You gotta.
Without going where the Imodium should have.
Imodium?
Yeah, the antidiarrheal.
I think you just gotta casually bring up the topic, and I feel like somebody's gonna make their stance clear. Like, oh my God, I could never.
Exactly.
Or like, I've always been super curious about that.
Mm-hmm.
It's like,
funny. If you want to go upstairs, our broom closet is a sex chamber.
Are you on the pill? Do you like anal? Top or bottom? Can I peg?
I see that you have a prosthetic there on just below your knee.
Fuck you. Listen.
Or fucking war vets are so pissed right now. You're such an asshole.
Like my family, I have war vets in my own family. I support our troops. I don't drink Starbucks.
That's so long gone.
But is it?
Yes.
Let's ask our troops, Biff.
Let's ask Starbucks.
Fuck Starbucks. Didn't support them in the beginning. Peg Starbucks. How about that?
Peg Starbucks.
Peg Starbucks.
With your fucking beanless coffee trees. Talk about your amputees.
With your walnut bush.
Oh my God. So, I want to get to the answer on this one because we're clearly so pissed at Starbucks.
By where you mean
Excuse me. I don't know where this dry cough came from.
From my Massachusetts.
Home.
Just my Massachusetts.
Your
Massachusetts.
Not yours. Hi, small townie. If you and your sweetie want to get down with a third person or another couple, you're going to be pushing and crossing a few boundaries. The question really is how to cross them discreetly. Oh, there's more to the sentence. I'm so sorry. The question is how to cross them discreetly, respectfully, and in ways that won't make the other party feel weird. As you've discovered, being kinky, polyamorous, or otherwise queer in a small Midwestern town is no easy task, and I will give a real endorsement to the internet for helping people connect and build community for their sex and love interests. Craigslist, OkCupid, and Tinder can be used to find potential matches.
Let's stay away from Craigslist.
Please. Also, this is an old article, so...
But not older than the Craigslist killer.
Right. And don't go to the Craigslist killer. Craigslist, OkCupid, and Tinder can be used to find potential matches, and there is a wonderful app called Thrinder that works a lot like Tinder, but is made for finding couples and partners for group sex or swinging in a set geographic area.
Songbang.
Which is how Kiki got to spend a weekend skiing, in quotes, with some nice married couple outside of Montreal in 2011.
What?
I love Kiki.
Oh.
Been thrending.
Gee.
But anyway, she literally wrote.
I just found out how we're going to be rich, though.
Exactly. We're going to thrend. No.
Yes.
Adult Friend Finder is another common site for swinging and group sex. If your immediate area is a strikeout, consider doing some research and checking out polyamory meetups, sex parties, or swinger parties in larger places like Des Moines, Minneapolis, or Chicago.
This just took a really far turn that I was not.
You were not expecting. There is also a trusty, time-worn method of finding people to have weird sex with. Hire them.
Hire them to have sex with or to find you the people that you're looking to
Let's find out.
Sex with. Are you going to go on that website?
I had to pause. No. Oh my God. Sexworkforall.com. If you and your partner are in a committed relationship and inexperienced in group sex, you may not offer much for potential new partners to get excited about. But if you want to try it out and see how it goes, see what feelings come up and decide whether it's fun for everyone. Bringing in a pro could be a lot less challenging logistically for the first time around. I'd recommend remaining careful on coming on too strong to friends until you're really sure they would be interested. Treat it like you would any dating situation. Spend time with them, get to know them, feel it out, and get comfortable. Temperature check, right, Biff?
Yes.
That's right. That's a thermometer in the walnut.
Yes.
Maybe bringing up the subject in conversation offhandedly, like, I saw this interesting article in Little Village about group sex. Doesn't that sound cool? You like that? You're welcome. You get the idea.
I don't know what accent that was.
Me either.
Cool.
Cool.
Are you trying to mimic Erica?
Oh.
Is that
Brown
a Tennessee
Town.
accent?
I have no idea what it was, but it sounded right.
That was a walnut accent.
That was a walnut accent. Find out how this person feels or if they have any stories to tell. That will help you decide if it might be something that you're interested in. If you're getting green lights, go ahead and bring in a new low pressure way. Like the 3 or 4 of you have been hanging out been having a good time. I definitely stay away from text-based communication on this one. Amen.
Hey, let's take this to the bedroom.
Hi, is Jennifer there? This is Felicia. Jenny, I hope you're listening.
Yeah, that's my inside.
Is it? Did we explain it last time?
I don't remember.
My sister
you.
Jenny, episode 10, had a friend that used to call every day. And it was literally...
That's what she sounded like.
That was her. That's what she sounded like. And this is not a knock at her. I hope you're healthy and well. I don't know where you are in your life.
Yeah, you're healthy.
But it was just every day. Jennifer, it's Felicia. We were teenagers. We didn't care about
The funniest part
shit.
is that she called her Jennifer.
Is Jennifer there? This is Felicia. Every time. Every time. I think my sister and Felicia had a fling.
Actual tears in my eyes.
I'm fucking convinced.
I believe it. Jenny, email us at...
You've been illadvisedthetpodcast.com.
And
or send us a text.
Tell us if you swung bung with Felicia.
How you swung bung with Felicia.
Did she take your walnuts?
Yeah, what? Jen doesn't have walnuts.
Jen got big old fucking walnuts.
Those are boobs.
Those old fucking walnuts. Ask Kelly. She's the nutcracker.
Oh my god. Such an asshole.
Hey, Kelly.
Nutcracker.
I love both of them.
All right, I'm going to continue. Felicia. And keep in mind that having sex with someone you are both close with can result in unforeseen complications. Feelings can develop quickly in unexpected directions that can alter or damage an otherwise no strings attached arrangement. Be sure you talk all of this through, ideally with everyone involved. You or your partner may experience jealousy or other challenges that you did not count on, which we addressed. 2 out of 100 ain't bad, right, Biff?
This is just so much work.
It is. My cautionary tone aside, there are lots of ways to explore.
Are you going to be jealous? No, are you going to be jealous?
No, are you going to be jealous?
No, but maybe if you like kiss on the lips, I might be a little bit. Would you be jealous?
Okay, you actually just brought up a whole new
kissing on the lips.
Talk. Hold on. Let me just finish this.
Okay.
And we're going to talk.
And we're going to swung
We're
bung.
going to talk. We're going to swung bung yesterday. Vin Diesel or nah, serving Matthew Michael. My cautionary tone aside, there are a lot of ways to explore multiple partners safely and respectfully. You and your partner can figure out what works best. Happy hunting. It's Birkin Jerkum.
It's Birkin multiple Jerkum.
Boys, here's my PSA to you cheating motherfucking straight men who cheat with us gay men.
That is not an open relationship.
A. Not my A. But Biff's A.
F. For failure.
F. For fuck. With a question mark. No, you don't get to choose like which part of your interaction is cheating.
Okay.
You don't. And I have been, I hate to admit it, but I'm going to right now.
You've been ill-advised. Hang up.
Click.
Goodbye.
I'm just going to say, I've been the other woman. Once, twice, and then time and time again.
Take it back, Felicia.
I can't. You know what? I'm going to admit, it was a fucking blast. Because straight men in their 40s, when I was in my 20s, was the most wonderful thing.
But why did they have to be married?
It wasn't that they had to be married. It just happened to be married. Sometimes I knew before. Sometimes I knew after. But I wasn't in my own moral.
Tisk.
I know. Listen,
tisk,
I've learned
tisk.
and I've grown and I've progressed and their wives didn't catch me. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm absolved. However,
You're absolved until you're not the other woman anymore.
they can't find me.
Until it's your man who's the other woman.
Oh, that's different. That's when it happens to me.
That's my point.
Yeah. And I'll cut a bitch.
Okay, that's my point.
But I digress.
Avi.
You don't get to pick what part of your cheating
Is
is
acceptable.
cheating or not cheating.
Yeah.
It's all cheating.
So I actually just recently, I don't remember what show it was. You guys know I love my trash TV.
Reality TV for the
Yes,
win.
for the fucking win.
BiFF TV.
And there was a couple who had a agreement.
This is great.
The man was allowed one side piece a month.
Oh.
Yeah.
And she... Tell me this was both ways.
No. So he's some big famous guy. He is super open in admitting about I've never been faithful in my entire life. She clearly...
Well, is it unfaithful if she knows about it and agrees to it?
I think the point was that excuse me. I think the point is that he can't commit to a completely monogamous relationship. He's been in relationships, but he cheats because he can't be with one woman.
Okay.
This is like, for him, this is like just super like, this is what it is and I'm not changing it, period.
Well, I feel the need to say, like, if you can't commit to a monogamous relationship just generally, that's okay. Don't be in one. That's okay.
Right. Absolutely. I agree.
Let's put that out there. Like we don't want to shame anyone.
You're not cheating if you're not in a relationship.
Right.
So for
or
them,
if you don't have an understanding.
Specifically, they had an agreement that he could have one side girl a month, and she literally excuse me, I don't know what I'm choking on right now.
I think it's air. I think it's just got humid in here all of a sudden because I'm totally choking too.
She specifically used the words hit it and quit it. So like he literally got to bang one female a month and like that's it, hit it and quit it. And all of a sudden it became an issue because, as I mentioned, he's like famous, he's whatever, and he apparently, for his one side piece for that month, he brought her to breakfast the next morning.
Oh.
And obviously him being...
That was a date.
Right. Well, that was where the wife or fiance, whoever she was at the time, this is where she had the issue. That, like, people are very aware of our situation and our dynamic. However, you don't need to be out in public broadcasting these other women. I'm still your wife or fiance.
Fair.
Fair.
More than fair.
And that's what, because they were in like, I honestly think it might have been the couples therapy show.
Okay. May I weigh in here for just a quick second?
Yeah.
If I give you a hall pass, I better wake the fuck up and see you next to me.
This
I don't
is
give
what
a
all
flying
the guys
fuck.
were saying.
I would not give you a hall pass. First of all, when you're with me, you're with me.
That was what all the
when
women
I'm with
were
you,
saying.
I'm with you. You know what I mean? Like, yes,
Yes.
I've made terrible decisions sexually. I just admitted them. I understand. And maybe karma's going to come back to bite me in the ass. Who knows? Maybe not.
Let's hope
but
not.
what I'm saying is, like, if I give you a hall pass, that fucking chance. But if I give you a hall pass, I better wake up the next morning and you better be in that fucking bed because you are not sleeping over there.
Right.
Your life is here. This is your life.
Point.
She's right.
Like, go ahead while you're traveling and doing your thing. Go ahead, bang one girl a month.
Oh my God, I'd
one
kill
girl
someone.
a month. She literally used the phrase hit it and quit it, meaning like, there's no hanging out here. There's no sleeping over. And there's definitely no taking her to breakfast the next morning.
Yeah.
And like, he was just like, you know, like, why is this an issue? I can go bang her in my hotel, but why is this an issue type of thing? And all the guys were like, bro, like, you literally
Boys
like...
the weight in.
Yeah. They were like, dude, like, you literally have a fucking, like, a whole agreement with your wife.
Right.
To have a fucking side chick. That's 12 women in a year outside of your marriage. And you're arguing with her because you took this bitch to breakfast? Like, send her home.
Was breakfast
what
worth
is your
it?
issue?
Were the 2 strips of bacon and
Right.
the 2 over easy eggs worth it?
Right. You were about to eat that breakfast by yourself anyways.
Right. Bye.
Right.
If it's such a big deal to you, make sure she sits on the other side of the restaurant.
And he was just super like, I don't see the issue. It's not like, I took her back home again or like that type. Like, he just, I don't know if he wanted to acknowledge it or not, or if he just genuinely was like, I get to bang other people.
Right.
So, like, this is nothing. I don't know. But, like, that just totally reminded me of what you were saying. Like, you don't get to pick and choose what's cheating, what's not cheating. Like,
Agreed.
And this was like a whole agreement, like a not open relationship, because to my understanding, she wasn't also doing this, but like, I mean, I guess essentially open. And he like couldn't even follow the quote unquote rules.
Agreement, the rules, the guidelines. He pushed that envelope way too far. And
it's true. It's like, even if in open relationships, like, there's still such thing as cheating.
But yes.
Yeah.
My advice to this woman is, if you're open because you're worried about him.
Right. Because he's going to cheat on you anyway, because he admitted that.
Right.
So you're
never going to be happy.
You're never going to be happy.
You're always going to be worried. He admitted he's going to cheat. So that one person per month, could be the one person he told you about.
That was my thought. Especially because he's out traveling and doing shows or whatever it is he does. You don't fucking...
Right. Like, I don't understand open relationships from a monogamous standpoint. You're the same way.
Right.
Not that I don't understand them. I just don't subscribe to them. It's not my cup of tea. I'm very, I've romanticized the one-on-one relationship and the epic romance.
Yeah, I just fully don't understand it.
And I guess, I don't have to understand it. If I understood it, if I texted it, if I understood it, then I guess I'd be open to it. Right?
No.
In theory, if I understood the concept behind it, I'd be more compassionate to, here's how it is. No.
No.
And that's my official response on my own behalf.
I think the only part for me that I struggle with understanding is, what is the point of being in the relationship that you do have if it's not, you know what I mean?
So many people would argue, and they're not wrong scientifically, that humans aren't meant to be monogamous.
Yeah, I've heard that, and I just don't know where that science comes from.
We would have to actually care about science, Biff, and frankly...
Well, if that's the argument, like, where's that
And I'm dating
science?
a science buff. And no.
There's no science to us being...
That science doesn't exist because I won't science.
Well, I would need to see the science behind us not being built for monogamy.
Yeah.
Because for me, that doesn't
add
up.
Idea that animals mate for life comes down to humans and like dolphins. It's not a very big amount of species, right? And penguins. But it's not confirmed because it's such a small group. They would literally have to follow a penguin or a dolphin.
In the wildlife.
Technically, you know what? Before we get into a science discussion,
yeah,
we're going to.
Yeah, because I always
it gets into semantics.
Humans aren't built for monogamy, and I'm like, what? Who said that? That's my question.
It's all semantics, because you've got to define monogamy in humanity and animals, and it's
If we
literally
go
definitions.
back,
Like I said,
Adam and
semantics.
Eve, it was just Adam and Eve.
And then
It
there are those
wasn't-
people who don't believe in that, and that's a whole
Well,
other
that's why I
story.
said, like, where's the science for? Is it based off of wild animals? Because only penguins and dolphins and whatever those other
Honestly, I wish I
animals,
could even
because
defend it, but
they
I
are
can't
only the
because I
ones that.
have no idea where this research comes from. I think we'd actually have to do our own research and kind of try to understand where they're coming from, and then like compare our feelings
gonna
versus
have
the
to-
findings, because this is, I mean, it's a fascinating concept altogether. I won't lie. You know what I mean? Like, I find it very interesting.
If we weren't.
Like, haven't you been in a relationship and been like, I wish I could just fuck that one person and
Because
be okay?
it's not even legal for us to be in. You can't marry more than one person.
You can't marry more than one person, but marriage is a social construct. It's not a natural construct.
Okay, but my point is, if we're supposed to be, if it's not natural for us to be monogamous, then why can't we marry multiple people?
We can, just not at once.
Right. But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I have no.
I can have 75 girlfriends, but one wife. You know what I mean?
Because legally, because it's a social construct, it's who you leave everything to when you die.
Okay.
Without a legal battle.
But that's what a will is for.
No, not everyone files a will.
Okay, so
A marriage is literally a legal way
a contract.
to cover. It's a contract between two people, yes, but it's also the legal way for you to provide for your family. Taxes, public assistance.
So split it equally amongst the 12 wives.
It's not, because one person has that child. One person can be the heir to that. Yeah, you can have beneficiaries to certain benefits. But at the end of the day,
Sister wives, they all got kids.
they all got kids, but that's a whole other story too.
But that's what I'm saying.
That's a whole other story too.
If it was just normal and natural and we were built to
but
be...
sister wives isn't like a legal marital contract. I think we need to separate marriage from polyamory, because marriage is more of a legal social construct that assures that there are benefits that come from that one person to the other in their partnership.
Okay.
You know what I mean? To me, it's more of like a legal contract that says, here's my health insurance, you can have it. Here's my money when I die, you can have it.
My child's going to be still taken care of.
And it's like
after
things like
I'm
that.
Dead and gone.
You know
And
what
my
I mean?
wife.
I think polyamory in the grand scheme, it's practiced. It's a thing in the world. We don't have to understand it for other people.
Right. But their argument is humans aren't made for monogamy. And that's what I don't... Says fucking who?
Yeah. And that's why I say separate marriage, because we're not made for marriage, period. We came up with that as humans. We're an advanced species. It's not like a natural thing. We created paper and legal systems, etc. In terms of monogamy in the general sense, if we're not made for monogamy, it's because we're sexual animals. Cheating has been going on since men.
Right. So don't be
human.
in a relationship.
Right.
That's what I'm confused about.
Right. I don't, like I said, like if I understood it, I think I'd be more compassionate about it. But I don't personally understand it because I'm a one-on-one person.
You're a penguin.
I'm a penguin. Yeah. And I'll fucking warm that egg up until it hatches.
It's funny because you're gay.
That's right. Guys, thanks for bearing with us. We've had a interesting conversation
with ourselves.
And we're still trying to figure it out. It's not done. We could really go on forever on this.
I really could, because it's just super interesting to me.
It is a fascinating concept
all of it.
Altogether.
So I get like, you still come home to one person and like, you have that security, but like, why do you need to get
How much wood would a woodchuck chuck?
Right. Why do you need sexual pleasure from multiple people
When I'm willing.
if you're just wanting to come home to that one person and
Right.
have that one security?
Yeah, I really
And
wish
how are
that we would
we-
have a couples counselor of sorts to kind of discuss this with, because this is such a fascinating concept across the board.
Yeah, because like all of the arguments I hear for it, it's like, yeah, but
I don't think I want to hear arguments. I want to hear justifications for those people who are okay with it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't need to be convinced, I guess, in the grand scheme.
yeah.
I think I would like to understand.
Want to understand because
Yeah.
like you said, I've also heard that like humans aren't meant for monogamy, and it's like, what? Like, where did that come from?
But who the
Why?
fuck?
Right.
Yeah.
Why are the majority monogamous then?
We think.
Besides the cheating ass motherfuckers.
That's my point. We never fucking know. We don't know.
I think the Italians did this. The Italians are the ones
They
that
did it.
said
It's that magic dick.
humans ain't supposed to be monogamous.
Hey.
As long as you don't tell your wife, it's okay.
Very good, Beth.
Thank you.
That was grade A Italian. Very Joey Tribbiani of you.
I watch a lot of movies.
Very Sopranos of you. Guys.
But even the Italian women weren't okay with it.
That's true.
So,
Because those
here we
fucking
go.
cast iron pans
Yes.
were cast iron for no reason.
Thank you.
That's true. Guys, can you send us your thoughts on this?
Please.
You've been
Also,
illadvised at
if you're-
gmail.com, please.
If you're in a polyamorous, isn't there two different names or two like different, I guess, types? There's like the...
Well, polyamorous is like everyone's in a relationship. Like the group is in a relationship.
And
So
what's
me,
the
you,
other
plus a third. And then
word?
there's like your opus, your opus,
Leave my opus
or
alone.
your non-monogamous relationship where you're open and you can sleep with whoever you want. And then you have the people who are couples and can only play together. And then you have my mind fuck, and you can lay that next to fucking my body when I'm dead.
Right.
And I'm like, who WT fucked this up?
Who's cracking whose walnuts on the
Right.
couch?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was fucking putting one of the Christmas nutcrackers up against this shit and crunching.
Yeah, let's just get the de-shelled pistachios next time.
Green with envy, motherfucker. Guys, thank you so much for listening. You've been illadvised@gmail.com, or you can find us on Facebook and Instagram.
At illadvisedthepodcast.
That's right. We're monogamous now. No, it didn't work. I tried.
We're in an open relationship to you emailing us.
That's right. Me and Biff are monogamous.
I
Our relationship.
might still get jealous.
Yeah, you might. Because we're both so pretty and shit.
Why and shit?
Because we're way more than just beauty.
Yeah, we're wicked smart too.
Totes.
I think just only King James said that we're
What?
not monogamous.
Who said that?
King James.
Oh, King James. I heard kink chains.
Same.
And them too.
Henry VIII, I am.
Get out.
She's been married 7 times before.
Wait, shut up. I can't. Oh, guys. This has been a fun and interesting episode.
Yeah.
Very inquisitive of sorts. You know how to reach us?
Inquisitive. We just want answers.
We just want answers. Someone fucking send
Other
us
than
answers.
Google.
We gave you all the deets. You like us. You're listening. You're wonderful. And thank you so much for listening.
You